Smells very Republican around here.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. You know what, it's been a little while since we've done some bull rings, some big glasses, some blue hair, some tattoos, and some big mouths. That's what we're doing tonight. Let's get into it.
Today I wear my Black Lives Matter hat, and I wear it in memory of George Floyd. It was 5 years ago today that he died in the streets of Minneapolis with the knee of a police officer in his neck. He cried out to his mother. He cried out that he could not breathe, and still he died that day. So it's for him and others who have suffered similar consequences. We now have an administration that is cutting back on the hard work that people have done in order for police reform. So today I wear this hat. I wear it as I say his name, George Floyd, and hope you'll stand up for the things that matter as well.
Hillary Clinton wasn't allowed to keep a $400 necklace gifted to her from Bangladesh when she was Secretary of State, but now somehow Trump gets to keep a $400 million plane as a payoff?
Have you denounced the president today? Let's do it together, shall we? I denounce Donald Trump. That guy is a fuck. I denounce Donald Trump. That guy is a fuck. I hate his guts. That guy's a fuck.
I think MAGA's scared of other people. I just posted about this. I had to redo it. Every time I bring up police, they say, someone's gonna break into your house. You're gonna be so scared. You're gonna need the police because you're so scared. I've had my house broken into. I ran through my house and I yelled, I'm gonna find you. And then I found the guy with a switchblade. So I already know. I think the reason they bring that up is because, one, they think all women are scared. But also I think it's because MAGA does bad things to people. So they assume other people do bad things to people. And they're scared in those situations.
One time I slapped my white coworker in the face for saying the N-word with a hard R. And she sat there like, and I said, if you go to HR about this, I'll tell them why I slapped you. There are cameras. And they have sound. She never said anything. It's been 5 years to this day.
I'm here to spread some joy. Just remember, in a little over 3 years, they're all going to prison. Yeah, they're going to prison. Yeah.
I'm gonna compose myself. Laura Loomer tweeted that the new Pope Leo, is woke. A woke Marxist in all caps. Yes, MAGA is already flipping out about who the Vatican chose to be the new Pope. Full stop. A reminder. Jesus Christ, the Son of God, was as woke as they come. As woke could be. And even on the day he was crucified, while people laughed at him and mocked him and spit at him on his crucifixion walk, dragging the cross behind him, he asked the Father for forgiveness for those people, for the people who ridiculed him, for the people who crucified him. That is woke. So, if you have a problem with a woke Pope, maybe, just maybe you have a problem with the Son of God himself saying it.
Here we go. Another liberal who thinks that they're actually religious and knows what Jesus Christ was all about. First of all, you liberals have no clue what we mean by woke. We don't mean the same thing that you guys mean. Woke does not mean being all forgiving and empathy. It doesn't mean all that, what you guys think. And it certainly does not mean that you guys are awake. Woke means crazy. Woke means borderline insane. This is how we mean it. When we're talking about your woke ideology, we're not talking about, oh, they're so kind and they're so forgiving and look at the empathy that they show. No, not at all. What we talk about when it comes to woke is the fact that you guys are okay with men being in women's sports, with men going into girls' bathrooms, gender reassignment surgeries on minors, and you guys can claim that that doesn't happen, but yeah, it happens, and it's happened quite a bit. And when it comes to Jesus Christ, this is not the first time I've heard this. I've heard a few liberals now try and actually claim that Jesus was woke. No, Jesus was not woke. Because he liked to, I guess you can say, heal for free, he liked to feed the poor, this does not make him woke. That just makes him a caring and empathetic person. much unlike yourselves. As I've stated numerous times, when it comes to the empathy that comes from the liberals, I see it as artificial. It's all words until you guys actually have to lift a finger. You all care about illegal migrants being deported out of the United States, yet none of you did a thing to actually try and help these people to stay. You want to make your voices heard now that it's too late, because it can look like while they're on their way out the door, no, we loved you, we wanted you to stay, please don't blame us. Liberals are literally, and I mean this 100%, some of the most selfish creatures I have ever seen. They are absolutely fake, claim to be intelligent, claim to be highly educated, which I do believe that they're highly educated, but it does not mean that they're intelligent in any way whatsoever. And when they actually try and play the religious card, when majority of them, well, you know what, maybe I won't say majority, maybe that's a little unfair to say, but a good handful of liberals have literally stepped away from faith. Yet they all want to claim that they know so much about Jesus Christ, and they actually want to claim that he's woke. He's far from woke. He is wide awake. He knows good from evil. He knows right from wrong. But it appears that liberals absolutely do not.
Consent of the governed is a thing, and I talk about it all the time, but just so we're clear, law enforcement and us, we have an agreement. We know that if we act out of line, there is always the threat of violence, right? But once that threat becomes a reality, they no longer have a safety net that keeps them alive. We outnumber them, and I mean it. It only took 1,000 people to take Capitol Hill. 1,000. The people are the threat, and they know that. They always have. It's why they try to do things like separate us and highly surveil us, because they know that once it's boots on the ground, we win.
One quick note. The new Pope stands on the principles of looking out for the disenfranchised and the poor. This is exactly why MAGA is mad. They're against looking out for the disenfranchised and the poor.
You're under spells, people! You're under spells! People talking about I'm not under spells. You are! You are!
Being a trans man who puts very big things inside my hole sucks when I decide to boy mod a day after I did my job. I can't wear pants. Help?
Is it just me, or is walking out of the office the night before a 3-day weekend the best feeling ever?
I recently found out that my plug from when I was in high school is a white nationalist now. And I say now because I think that's a recent thing. Like, I would not have associated with that person if I had known about any such beliefs in high school, but like, did I just not see it? What? I'm so tremendously disappointed in my own age group. And like the people that I saw every day in school walking around the halls, was it this bad the whole time? I didn't know that it was this bad. Good God.
Yeah, nothing was gutted yet because it hasn't passed the Senate. So yeah, nothing has been gutted yet. But I think we all need to be aware of what is in the bill and that they are trying to pass this that is very, very bad for the majority of Americans. And I don't understand why you and your ilk are so offended by people getting access to medical care. I don't understand why you guys hate people getting access to food and clean water and housing. We are the only developed nation that does not have safeguards for its citizens. We are the only developed nation that does not do that. Every other developed nation, medical care is just a basic right. Access to housing is a basic right. These are normal things everywhere else. And you have been so brainwashed to believe that that is an abnormal thing. What we do here is abnormal. What we do here is bad for our citizens.
Okay, this was obviously filmed before the Big Beautiful Bill had passed. Now the Big Beautiful Bill has passed, so imagine what this lady has to say nowadays. But what they're trying to pick on at all times when it comes to the Big Beautiful Bill is Medicaid is going to be cut. That is not the situation at all. First of all, they're giving it till December of 2026. Some liberals actually say, oh, well, that's a little bit of a scheme because they're waiting till the midterms are done. But that is not the reason. The reason is for people to get their affairs in order. Medicaid is going to be cut for people who are not eligible to be on Medicaid. Right now, there is a lot of people, a lot of non-citizens no matter how much you liberals actually want to deny it, that have been put on Medicaid, food stamps. I've seen video evidence of people's from Venezuela, EBT cards, where they are getting much more money than an American citizen was under Joe Biden. What the majority of Americans are sick and tired of, and this is what you liberals need to accept, you are not the majority, you are the minority, and even the people that vote Democrat do not all agree with you loud minority. They are fed up of people from other countries coming across and making their way to the United States to take advantage of the system. And the Republicans are putting an end to it, finally, thank God. And then she actually wants to sit there and state that most other developed nations, except for the West, is what I'm assuming. I'm sure she's throwing Canada in there as well, because we're pretty much, well, just like the United States. Yes, we do have Medicare up here. It's not as great as it sounds whatsoever. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are covered on it, but you'll also be waiting a long time in an emergency room. There's stories out here of certain individuals that have booked doctor's appointments where they won't even get seen until sometime in 2026. So our medical system out here is literally nothing to write home about. It used to be great. It used to be probably the best in the world. Now, far from it. But she wants to claim that other countries, when it comes to other like developed countries, that all this stuff is just provided, that medical care is just a basic human need. Access to housing is a basic right. Now, what I'd like to know is, what does she mean by that? Is she actually trying to claim that housing is provided in other countries, or is she trying to say that it's extremely cheap? I know there is some countries where you can buy a home for much cheaper than out here in the West. Out here in the West, it's ridiculous right now. But she's trying to give the impression that we are not normal on this end, that what goes on in our continent is not normal. And in certain ways, I can definitely agree. There is a lot of situations where the government has definitely taken advantage of its citizens and gouged them, financially gouged them. So I can agree with her on those parts there. But if she's actually under the impression that we should just be given housing, we should just be given apartments to rent for free, I don't know if that's what she's getting at here, but I've heard several liberals with this theory, that they feel that food, medical care, and housing should all just be given to you for free, and education. Why would anybody be motivated to actually get up off their butt and work and contribute to society if you actually don't need money for anything? If everything's provided to you for free, what is your motivation? Unless you want to just be a good person and actually contribute to society, to better society overall. But I don't think that's what they're getting at here. Now, at the segment before this one with the lady with Jesus Christ claiming that he's woke, and what I explained there is that you liberals do not understand what woke is. This is a good example of woke right here. This is somebody who wants to live in a daydreamy life, and it's unrealistic.
Got on my thinking cap today, and gun violence. Seems like common sense to me. So everybody is so up in arms, so to speak, about their Second Amendment rights. The truth is that nobody is taking away Second Amendment rights. This is about smart gun reform. This is about smart gun laws. And this is about taking away weapons of mass destruction. Not about Mr. Joe, my neighbor, who has a gun and it keeps it in a locked place, and he has a license and he's been trained. So the more you know, nobody's coming to take your guns.
Here are some ways to fuck with your MAGA uncle at the barbecue this weekend. Turn up the temperature on the grill when he's not looking. Keep moving his beer into the sun. And if you want to get really crazy, you can try leaving a book in his chair. Hope this helps.
Also, apologies if I seem not upset enough in my videos. I'm either sobbing or completely numb. My body cannot process what is going on and how horrible everything is. It is literally too much.
I want to remind everybody, because we are coming out of May, and then there's going to be June, and then there's going to be July. I want to remind everybody that July 4th is fucking canceled. It's canceled. It means nothing. It's trash. It's garbage. It's something we vomited up, apparently. The 4th of July, if I hear a single fucking firework, if I see a fucking barbecue out there, motherfuckers, it is canceled.
Can someone tell me what MAGA men find attractive so that I can wear the complete opposite? Thanks.
What are y'all waiting on? Get this nigga out of here. What are y'all waiting on? Like, what do we need to do? To, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's 2-3 of them that gotta go. What are you waiting on? Is somebody out there who like, you've been contemplating it. Stop contemplating it. We're behind you. I have your back. Okay? Stop. We're just prolonging this process when he really gotta go. What she said, dude gotta go. Like, I'm sick and tired of hearing about this nigga every fucking day. I'm tired of hearing about it. Get him gone.
To you mentally ill, deranged, and abusive Trump supporters who like to go into social media and bully people and gaslight them, I hope that this bill that you are defending so much, that this bill that you claim is there to help the working people and will only hurt other people and not you. I hope you get everything that's in it. I really do. I hope that every single thing that's in it impacts you personally. If you think it's so good, then I hope from the bottom of my little heart that you get all of it. I hope that when you need healthcare, there won't be any money for it. I hope that when you need food stamps, there won't be any money for it. I hope that when you need FEMA, you won't have any help. I hope that when you need medication, I hope you won't have money for it. I hope all of that. And when you come back to blame the other party, because that's what you guys do, whenever something bad happens, even if you guys are the ones responsible for it, it's easier for you to just blame the Democrats or the leftists or somebody else, anybody but yourselves. I hope that you get all of that. And when you blame us, we're just gonna laugh in your face. A lot of you are already finding out. So, I mean, this is gonna be fun. Have the day you voted for.
Mentally ill, deranged, and abusive Trump supporters that like to go online and abuse people and gaslight people. That all came within the first 15 seconds of a 2.5-minute clip. Complete projection coming from a liberal right out of the gate. So she's complaining about the big beautiful bill and how we claim that it's going to be good for all the working people, but then in the same sentence she says, and it's going to hurt other people but you. And similar to the election when they're stating that we hope you get everything that you voted for, now they're saying we hope you get everything that's in the bill. And I think that's actually a good thing. I think the majority of Americans actually want everything that's in this bill. Now back to what she was saying about the Trump supporters being, you know, abusive and whatnot online. Really looking at this clip, isn't that exactly what she's doing? She's not making direct threats, but she is wishing the worst for Trump supporters, under the impression that this bill being passed is actually going to affect them negatively, when it doesn't, and it actually affects people in a positive fashion, and it's not actually going to take money away from the average worker to put it in the pockets of billionaires, so they always claim. What are they going to say then? Looking back at this clip again, I'm about halfway through it, and now she's wishing that if you need health care, she hopes that there's nobody there to help you. If you need food stamps, she's hoping that there's none to give you. Now remember, these are the people, these are the Kamala voters that were running on joy and love and everybody getting together and forming a whole new community and all that garbage that Kamala Harris was feeding them. Yet, this is what they wish on people that do not see their narrative. So for you liberals out there, please get this through your head. I'm sure actually most of you know, but you just all like to gaslight each other. As a Canadian, I'm aware of this, that your Medicare, Medicaid, whatever it's called out there, your health care is not going anywhere if you are a qualified American citizen. Your food stamps out there, your government assistance will not be taken away from you if you are a qualified American citizen. If you're a citizen that is not qualified, what I would mean by that is, say for instance, if you're collecting food stamps, but you also have two people that live with you that are working under the same roof, you're taking advantage of the system. People that are, as they stated, able bodies that can get up and work. We have the same situation out here in Canada. It's called welfare out here, right? There's plenty of people that are young that can get up and go to work, but they are too lazy because the government just sits there and takes care of them. What is your reason for not getting up and working? Or let me guess, because majority of liberals just for some reason all claim that they're disabled. How come disabilities only seem to happen on the left? Don't get me wrong, there's some that are on the right, but how come it seems like when it comes to the younger generation, 8 out of every 10 of them claim to have a disability or a mental disability, or they need to be medicated. Yet when it comes to the people on the right, they will actually just get up and go to work. And her bold prediction that, you know, in the future, when you guys all realize how Trump's policies are terrible for you and this is what you voted in, you're just going to blame the Biden administration, the party before that. Or if the Democrats were to get in 2028, which is not going to happen, not by a long shot, but if they were, you would blame them. How come these people, again, that seem to be so, as you know, their definition of woke, they think they're wide awake and that they see everything and that everybody else that's on the right is fast asleep. How come they can't tell that the economy was terrible under Biden? That they actually have more money in their pockets now than they did just a few months ago? How can they not see this? If liberals are actually sitting out there and wondering, why are the Republicans blaming everything on the previous administration? Well, because they have every reason to. The Biden administration was god-awful. It was a terrible administration. Inflation went skyrocketing through the roof. There's liberals out there that want to claim, well, no, Biden actually, you know, got people back out to work. No, I've said it before, and I'm going to say it once again. A lot of those were bounce-back jobs from COVID, and a lot of them were actually part-time jobs, and a lot of them were also government jobs. So his job growth numbers were absolutely fake. When it comes to the economy, I don't know who they thought they were fooling by trying to actually claim that they had a booming economy. Biden's economy was terrible. Biden's inflation, as I've stated before, over the average of the 4 years was 4.95%. That's awful. And let's not even get started on the border and all of its woke policies. So to this young lady and any other liberal out there that might have her mentality, yeah, Trump supporters, MAGA, they all do hope that they get what they voted for. They all do hope they get what this bill holds. She wants to claim that when all the Trump supporters find out what's going to happen to them, that they're all going to be laughing at them. And I don't really see that. I think they're just going to continue to do all their crying and whining and bitching and moaning. What you liberals need to realize, it may sound a little mean. I don't mean this to pick on you guys, but you guys are actually the issue in society right now. You guys are, I don't want to say the problem, but the problem. All right, guys, that's it for this video. That's all she wrote. That's all I can take. If you guys like this type of content and you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I do have one more clip for you guys, and I'm gonna let you guys outro with a very base individual that at first sight you would actually not expect any of this from. If you guys can like the video, share the video, comment, interact with it in one way or another, that'll be greatly appreciated. And until then, I shall see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, guys.
I'm a firm believer that you can tell the people who've never taken a justice knuckle to the beak. You know? Like the people who've never been politely educated by a closed fist. Last weekend, I watched a grown man buck at a Waffle House cook. Like, buck. Like, do you know how untouched by violence you have to be to buck at an armed line cook? That is not confidence, that's delusion. I've never had my head bounced off a urinal for talking spicy during golden tea energy. I guarantee you these are the people who correct grammar in an argument. Oh, you meant you're gonna catch these hands, not your. There's an apostrophe. Yeah, cool. Spell concussion, you chode. Have you ever tried to finish a sentence mid-nosebleed? Have you ever conjugated verbs while tasting pennies after blunt force trauma? I thought not. Respect isn't a virtue, it's muscle memory. And the people who don't have it have never been humbled by hands. 'Cause once you've been baptized by hands, you stop leaning into conversations the same way. That's right, sucker. They confuse being loud with being right, which is super annoying. They'll argue with retail workers and then leave Yelp reviews with adjectives like appalling. They'll use phrases like, I demand an explanation. My favorite, though, they always say it, violence is never the answer, which is adorable, because violence isn't the answer. It's the lesson plan. And some motherfuckers skip class.